And here's the thing, you can never ever outrun what you meant to do. If God has called you to do something, the call will stay ringing until the last day of your life. And you may try to avoid the call as much as you can, but I don't ever think it will stop ringing. It might not be as loud anymore because of all the distractions and all of these things that are happening around you, but the call of your life and what is meant for you will never ever stop pursuing you. You also just need to meet it halfway, and then you guys get to create magic. These are the words I wish someone had said to me 1 year ago when I stopped posting on my channel. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. My name is Chloe the Creative, and welcome to yet another episode of Art in the 20s, a space I've created for people in their 20s to come together and have conversations around the complexities, the topics, and the happenings of our 20s. As you guys can see, we're in a whole new setting. We are at a studio. Finally, we get to shoot our visuals at a studio. This has always been like my dream. I've always wanted to, have sit down videos in a very nice setting, and this has been made possible by the Club She Is Content Studio. They are a digital platform and agency that helps empower women through business and just sharing resources with them. And the fact that they are sharing the content studio with us means so much to me. So I'm really excited. Let's get into today's episode. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am a little nervous because it's been a whole year since I did this. It's been a whole year since I've had a conversation with you guys around my life and my 20s and what's really been happening. And today I just want to unpack everything that has happened in the past year, why I haven't posted, and what the future really looks like for our community. So, a few days ago, I opened up to our book club members. Yes, we do have a book club now. If you want to join, just click the link below and you will be able to join the Art of Gathering book club. Anyway, I digress. I opened up to our members and I told them that I have this thing where when I start something new, I'm so excited about it and I just want to share it with everyone. And I have big plans for it. And I have like I have a plan on how things should be and how things should work out. And if things don't work out the way I have planned for them to work out, I actually give up. So, a clear example would be the podcast. I started the podcast in 2022 because I really wanted to have conversations around my 20s. And I really was so excited about where this podcast would go and the people it impact. But as the years went by, I wasn't actually seeing, I think I measured the impact it would have through numbers. And because I wasn't seeing the numbers go high up, I felt like the impact wasn't there, and that then made me not put my heart and soul and everything into making this podcast work. And sometimes I would post and sometimes I wouldn't post because I just felt like, oh wow, like I'm doing this thing, but who is it really impacting, right? And that's why the last episode was posted on the 21st of August or July 2024. I'm not quite sure. I just would have to check. But it's been almost 2 years, actually 1 year and a couple of months of me not posting and not speaking about, like out in the 20s or just pouring into this community that I have created for us. And that's because the numbers aren't just like the numbers are not matching up, guys, and it's so discouraging. And I know I shouldn't measure my success with numbers, and it should be more of like the impact it has on people. But it's just, it gets really hard, so that's why I hadn't posted. And the thing is that, like, when you don't answer your call for your life, like, the call will just continue ringing. Like, it will never stop ringing. If you know you're meant to do something, that thing will always stay at the back of your mind. It will never ever leave you because that is what you are called to do. It may not be as loud at first because I think when I first started the podcast, when I had the idea to start the podcast, the call was loud. And when I say loud, I mean loud. Okay, like I could, there were so many signs and just so many like affirmations. Yes, is it affirmations? Yes. So many affirmations that like made me affirm to me that like I should start a podcast, I should have these conversations, I should form a community. It was so loud, but like as the years went by, it wasn't as loud anymore. And I guess it's because of like, just me being distracted and just me not wanting to do this anymore. But it just never stopped. And when you know you're meant to do something, you know you're meant to do it. And you just better get your and do it. Okay, cool. So another thing I realized is that the more you move away from what you're called to do, the more empty you actually feel. At least that is what I felt. I would see other people who are in the same, I don't want to say industry, but in the same um like who do something similar, people who are community builders, people who genuinely care about the well-being of other people, do so well because they never stopped. And it'll always get to me when I see them post their achievements and post all these amazing things that they're doing with their communities, and it's like, that could be you, but you are not doing the work. So, like, how will you get to where you want to be if you don't do the work? So, seeing other people achieve their dreams and goals really did get to me, and it made me feel like really, really empty inside. Like, I can't explain it, but like, I felt so, so empty, and I felt so like the feeling I felt when I was not in purpose is far worse than the feeling I feel when I am in purpose. And obviously, like when I'm in purpose, it's really hard, because you have all these metrics that you kind of have to, like live up to. But I think for me, that's so much better than just not being in purpose, because I feel so empty. I feel so out of purpose and so out of sync. And I don't want to feel that anymore. Like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to look at other people achieve their dreams and goals, but I sit there in the corner and cry because I'm not getting the numbers. Like, girl, like, I think just being in purpose outweighs any other, like achievement or any other dream I may have, because I may have dreams and I may achieve those dreams, but if they're not in alignment with what I've been called to do, then what is the point? And also, another thing, I always said to myself, oh, well, I'm not getting the numbers, or oh, well, like, I'm not really where I want to be. And it's like time is moving, and the more I delay, the more I push back, like the more I stay back, and the more resentment I will have towards myself, and honestly towards other people who are actually doing what they meant to do. And I don't want to be that person anymore. Also, if you're in the same boat, I'm going to share with you some practical things that you can do to move away from not being in purpose and find your way back into being purpose. Okay, cool. So number one, you need to audit your pull. What is the one thing that is pulling you away from your purpose? What is the one thing that is making you not be in purpose or not stay in purpose, right? So you just need to think about the things that are around your life, like your environment, your thoughts, the people you have around you, the things you listen to, your beliefs, what you think about yourself. These are some of the things that contribute greatly to us not being in purpose, and to us telling ourselves lies, and gaslighting ourselves to not doing the one thing that you meant and called to do. So audit your pullback. Number two, after you audit your pullback, you can start again. Right. So I think after you've made the list of the things that are pulling you back, try and recognize what you want to work at, and then start working at it. You can start small, you can start messy, you can start embarrassingly. It's okay, just as long as you start again. Number three, you need to detach from the outcome. A lot of the times I would do something and I would anticipate its outcome. And if it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, I would deem that as failure. And that is a very bad thing, because things won't always work out the way I want them to work out. And my perspective is not only the true point of reality. Sometimes I rely so much on my feelings, and feelings are so unreliable. And if I feel like today, like for example, today I actually didn't want to come to shoot. I really didn't want to come to shoot. But I was like, I need to focus on the goal and not the mood, you know? That that's what I need to lead my life with. Like, stick to the plan and not your mood. So also just detach yourself from the outcome. What happens happens. You can either win from it, or you can either learn from it. Either way, you gain something out of the situation and out of the plan and out of the goal. And number four, create before you are ready. A lot of times we try to make sure everything is perfect. Right now I am fumbling through my words, but I'm gonna keep going, because I know that eventually I'll get back into the rhythm of things and just the flow of things. But it just speaks to the fact that you need to create before you are even perfect. Like, you don't have to get it right the first time. I think you get good at something the more you do it. And this is something I am trying to teach myself and tell myself over and over again that you can only get good at something if you continue learning and if you continue doing that specific thing. Oh, okay, cool. So that is it from me today. I will be keeping all our episodes extremely short. So anything from like 10 minutes to 20 minutes, that's 30 minutes is where I cut it, except for when I have guests, because I am planning on bringing guests onto the show. But if I am writing solo, all our episodes will be from 10 minutes to 20 minutes, because I am trying to keep them as digestible as possible, and also just to make things easier for me for when I record, so I don't dread recording, because sometimes recording long episodes really did get to me, and it just I don't want to go back to where I was before. So I think setting these small systems for myself and just setting these goals for myself will really be helpful in how I show up. And if you guys enjoyed today's episodes, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back again next week, guys. Take care.